Brush up your Shakespeare. Start quoting him now.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you didn't know were inspired by Shakespeare.
What group is she in?
You don't even think about a group? Bianca Stratford, she's a sophomore.
I burn, I pine, I perish.
Of course you do.
For this list, we'll be looking at films whose stories have ties to plays by the Bard. We won't be including movies that are direct adaptations of classic stories in name or plot. Our picks are leaning more on films whose plots reimagine Shakespeare's works. If you're not familiar with the details of these stories, a spoiler alert is in effect. Did we miss your favourite Bard-inspired movie? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Deliver Us from Eva. Eva is something of a busybody that can't help but inject herself into the lives of her three sisters and their boyfriends.
This isn't about a book versus a football game, fellas. Oh, no, this is about men versus women. Women who aspire to culture, and men who aspire to scratch themselves. Women who bear the burdens in life, and men who create those burdens.
She's so overbearing that her sister's boyfriends pay an old friend to date her to keep her away. If these plot points sound familiar, you've probably read or seen The Taming of the Shrew.
I know most women think their man is the one that's different. None of us are different.
In the Shakespeare play, three men plot to get a man to marry the unruly cat, so they are free to pursue her sister. Deliver Us from Eva definitely takes some big departures from its source material. However, the character archetypes and setup still make it feel like a literary classic.
Are you even listening to me?
Yes. Now you listen to me. You said love is a choice. Well, I love you.
Number 9. Motocrossed. Back in the golden days of DCOMs, this reconstruction of Twelfth Night graced us with its existence.
After what she went through, a woman who came out on top in a man's sport. You think we'd let her sign with anyone but us?
In the original play, Viola disguises herself as a man after getting separated from her twin brother Sebastian. The Disney Channel film mimics the plot by having Andy pretend to be her injured brother while competing in motocross events.
Cuts down vibration in the bars and helps reduce arm pump.
Whatever, Dick.
But there's a catch. In both stories, the heroine's attempt to help her crush win over their love interest leads to a complex love triangle. The undercover characters have to try their best to keep everyone's hearts from being broken or pursuing their own goals. We love that Disney put an action-packed spin on this twisty romance.
12 laps. You beat me, you get the job. Sound fair?
Aye. 12 laps then.
Number 8. Get Over It. Instead of trying to recreate all of the magical elements of A Midsummer Night's Dream directly, Get Over It takes a unique approach.
This is different.
A bulk of the plot revolves around the characters putting on the classic Shakespeare play itself. It just goes through a subtle name change to become A Midsummer Night's Rockin' Eve.
I love him, and I love her. If only her best friend he prefer. And so the fairies all have to steam in this Midsummer Night's Dream.
What makes this choice even more meta was that the original story also features the characters putting on a performance. Outside of directly calling attention to the play, Get Over It also mimics the romantic beats of the original story. The layers of homage to the source material give this teen comedy script a surprising layer of depth.
What is it?
It's a plaster.
Number 7. O. O reimagines one of Shakespeare's most grim tragedies for the audience. The original work essentially shows us how Iago's building jealousy leads him to destroy Othello's life. In the play, the villain tricks the title character into thinking that his love, Desdemona, is being unfaithful.
One
may smell at such a will most rank foul disproportion, thoughts unnatural.
The movie sees a man named Hugo convince his friend Odin that his girlfriend Desi is cheating on him.
If you're a virgin like you said you were, how come when we're doing it, you acting all freaky and stuff? Telling me I could do whatever I want with you,
I don't need to be here right now.
No, Em.
I don't think you do either.
That is not what I meant! In both stories, the lives of all the characters are turned upside down by these false accusations. While other retellings of Shakespeare tragedies tend to opt for a happier ending, O definitely goes for a bleak conclusion.
You tell him I love that girl. I did. But I got played. He twisted my head up.
Number 6, Warm Bodies. While there have been many different versions of Romeo and Juliet over the years, few have as many zombies as warm bodies.
What are you doing here?
Came to see you.
You can't just do that. It's dangerous.
We all know that the original star-crossed lovers came from feuding families, trying to defy expectations and tragically both ending up perishing by the end. R and Julie somehow had even more to overcome in Warm Bodies.
Okay, here we go. Don't be creepy, don't be creepy, don't be creepy.
Since R had turned into a zombie, he initially finds it impossible to even talk to Julie, but he eventually becomes able to express himself and his feelings for his living love. Both humans and the undead try to keep R and Julie apart. Fortunately, R and Julie defy the original story and get their happy ending.
You don't want your old life back.
No. I want this one.
Number 5, The Lion King. Speaking of updated versions of Romeo and Juliet, the Lion King sequel heavily borrows elements from the Shakespeare classic to tell a lion love story. But we had to shout out the first animated movie in the Disney franchise for its comparison to Hamlet.
Long live the king.
The Shakespeare story introduces us to a prince who lost his father. After learning his uncle slayed his dad, the royal steps up to get revenge and take his rightful place as a ruler.
Murderer. Simba, please have mercy, I beg you.
You don't deserve to live.
Lion King shakes things up by fleshing out the relationship between Prince Simba and his father Mufasa. It also shakes up the roles supporting characters play in the plot. But both stories feature ghost dads, showcase a climactic fight, and are considered masterpieces in their mediums.
My son, and the one true king.
Number 4, She's the Man. This rom-com immediately draws attention to its inspiration by letting its main characters share the same names as their Shakespearean counterparts.
Yes, because I'm Viola. Duke, nice to meet you.
Okay.
But that's definitely not where the comparisons between the two works stop.
Sometimes I just think you just might as well be your brother. You know what? If you can't join him, beat him.
While her twin brother Sebastian is away, Viola dresses up as him to play soccer at a school called Illyria. Not only is the plot similar, but the name of the school also mirrors the island the play takes place on. The film has fun, adding teen movie cliches and thoughtful explorations of gender stereotypes to its version of the story. If you're looking for a funny and contemporary take on Twelfth Night, this is the movie for you. Number 3, Kiss Me Kate. During Kiss Me Kate, we once again are treated with a new version of a Shakespeare play within a narrative.
Do you really think I could play the shrew?
You'd make a perfect shrew. What I mean is it takes an actress of real stature.
Ex-spouses Fred and Lily produce and star in the musical production inspired by The Taming of the Shrew. While the movie's plot and characters certainly carry some similarities to the source material, there's also plenty of creative liberties.
Well, what have we here? Some flowers from my daughter. Grazie, signor. Talk. Speak, Petruchio, speak!
Speak, Petruchio, though thy message is not for me. You louse!
There's backstage drama, modern gangsters, and a different series of wacky, romantic misunderstandings. But what doesn't change is that the main couple always finds a way to make it work in the end. By the film's conclusion, you feel as if Kiss Me Kate perfectly captured the spirit of The Taming of the Shrew.
A pax upon the life that late I led.
Number 2, West Side Story. Arguably the most famous retelling of the Romeo and Juliet story has to be West Side Story.
You're not thinking I'm someone else.
I know you are not.
Or that we've met before?
This time around, star-crossed lovers Tony and Maria each have deep ties to rival gangs. They also must sneak around stand-ins that mirror classic characters like Mercutio and Tybalt in New York City. The new setting and diverse cast allows West Side Story to discuss issues about race and class in between the ups and downs of the central romance. At the same time, it adds a series of legendary songs.
Tonight, the world is wild and bright, going mad, shooting sparks into space.
Unfortunately for Tony and Maria, this is another Shakespeare adaptation that is faithful to the source material and ends in tragedy. The striking final scene measures up to the classic story in every adaptation.
Well, I can kill too, because now I have hate. How many can I kill, Chino? How many? And still have one bullet left for me. Oh, no.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, 10 Things I Hate About You.
People perceive you as somewhat tempestuous. Heinous bitch is the term used most often.
Many rom-com fans would champion this film as the best contemporary retelling of The Taming of the Shrew. As we mentioned before, the play features a woman who can't marry unless her less idealistic older sister Catherine ties the knot. In the movie, a father declares his daughter Bianca can't date until her antisocial sister does.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
Then you'll never date. Oh, I like that.
Both plots see a suitor get recruited to help resolve the issue. What starts out as a business transaction for him turns into true love.
Really?
It's not every day you find a girl who'll flash someone to get you out of detention.
While the film's faithfulness to Shakespeare is a big strength, we also adore the sharp writing and memorable characters. We absolutely love 10 Things I Hate About You for being an extremely rewatchable version of a classic tale.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.